discovery of the upper world. The Minnetarees and all other Indians who are not of the stock of the grandfather of nations were once not part of the upper air, but dwelt in the bowels of the earth. Now, the good spirit, when he made them, meant no doubt at the proper time to put them in enjoyment of all good things which he had prepared for them upon the earth. But he ordered that their first stage of existence should be within it instead. They all dwelt underground like moles in one of the one great caravan. So when they emerged, it was in different places, but generally near where they now inhabit. At that time, a few of the Indian tribes wore human form. Some had the figures or semblances of beasts. The Anahuacuts were rabbits. That's a tough name. Some of the Delawares were groundhogs, others tortoises, and others were, like the Tuscaroras, were rattlesnakes. The Sioux were the hissing snakes, but the Minnetarees were always men. Their part of the great caravan was situated far towards the mountains of snow. The great caravan in which the Indians dwelt is indeed a dark and dismal region. It is the country of the Minnetarees. It was lighted up only by the rays of the sun, which strayed through the fissures of the rocks and the crevices in the roof of the cavern, while in that of the Mengiwi, all was dark and sunless. The life of the Indians was a life of misery compared with what they have now to enjoy, and it was endured only because they were ignorant of a fairer or richer world or a better or happier state of being. There were among the Minnetarees two boys who, from the hour of their birth, showed superior wisdom, sagacity, um, and cunning. Even while they were children, they were wiser. Excuse me, they were wiser than their fathers. They asked their parents whence the light came, which streamed through the fissures of the rock, and and played along the sides of the cavern, and whence and from what descended the roots of the great vine. The father could not tell them, and their mother only laughed at the question, which appeared to be to her very foolish. They asked the priest, but he could not tell them. But he did say he supposed the light came from the eyes of some great wolf. The boys asked the king tortoise, who sulkily drew his head into a shell and made no answer at all. Wise turtle. When they asked the chief rattlesnake, he answered that he knew and would tell them all about it if they would promise to make peace with his tribe and on no account kill any one of his descendants. The boys promised, and the chief rattlesnake then told them that there was a world above them, a beautiful world, peopled by creatures in the shapes of beasts, having a pure atmosphere and a soft sky, sweet fruits and mellow water, well-stocked hunting grounds, and well-filled lakes. He told them to ascend by the roots which were those of the great grapevine. And a while after, the boys were missing, nor did they come back till the Minnetarees had celebrated their death, and the lying priest had, as he falsely said in a vision, seen them inhabitants of the land of spirits. The Indians were surprised by the return of the boys. They came back singing and dancing and were growing so much and looked so different from what they did when they left the caravan, or the cavern, excuse me, that their father and mother scarcely knew them. They were sleek and fat, and when they walked, it was with so strong a step that the hollow space rang with the sound of their feet. They were covered with the skins of animals and had blankets of the skins of raccoons and beavers, and they described to the Indians the pleasures of the upper world. And the people were delighted with their story. So at length they resolved to leave their dull residence underground for the upper regions, and all agreed to this except the groundhog, the badger, and the mole, who said that as they had been put where they were, they would live and die there. And the rabbit said he would live sometimes above and sometimes below. When the Indians had determined to leave their habitations underground, the Minnetarees began, men, women, and children, to climb up the vine, and one half of them had already reached the surface of the earth when a dire mishap involved the remainder in a still more desolate captivity within its bowels. There was among them a very fat old woman. No, don't say it, Dennis. It's thinking of my estranged wife. I'm sorry. There was among them a very fat old woman who was heavier than any six of her nation. Nothing would do, but she must go up before some of her neighbors. Away she clambered, but her weight was so great that the vine broke with it, and the opening to which it afforded the sole means of ascending closed upon her and the rest of the nation. So that's the story. Uh, Interesting legend, mythology of the Native American people. They had a very colorful mythology, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And God willing, I'll see you all again real soon. God bless you. Love you all much. Have a great day.